This is Billy. Billy is a 10-year-old pupil at school. He's been having problems understanding history, solving math, and understanding concepts that are complex in physics. His teacher had suggested and had noticed that he'd been inattentive in class. He'd seen that he's been very impulsive and with a hyperactivity of the sort. He called his parents to school. The parents had looked into the matter, and they already knew about his impulsivity at home. The teacher at the moment had suggested that they see a psychiatrist, and so to a psychiatrist they went. The psychiatrist had suggested to do a couple of tests to see what's going on with Billy. After a couple of tests, the psychiatrist had suggested to the parents that Billy may be having attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and so he was diagnosed with it, a disease that is caused by genetic mutation in principle. Let's try to understand the physiology behind this. Basically, the nervous system is formed by a single cell, multiple cells of this type, which is known as a neuron, a nervous cell. This nervous cell presents three main parts. A cell body. The cell body is the part of the cell that is responsible for the survival of the cell and is responsible for the production of different types of substances that are used in the generation of a nervous impulse and the travel of the nervous impulse along different cells. The dendrites are acting as satellites that receive chemical substances that in turn from another neuron in turn to generate a nervous impulse, which generates in turn an action or consciousness about a certain action or something in the environment. The axon, the large extension, a single large extension, this extension is responsible for sending information to the dendrites of another cell, and thus a nervous impulse is generated from one neuron to the other along the nervous system until it reaches the central nervous system or muscles or other organs. Basically, the connection between two neurons is known as a synapse. This synapse is a connection that can be either excitable, that generates a nervous impulse, potentiating another neuron in turn, and so the nervous impulse propagates and goes further, or it can be a inhibitory synapse. If it is an inhibitory synapse, the nervous impulse is either made to go weaker or strong, or it is stopped at all. It just go weaker or stops at all. It doesn't go any longer than it is. And so these are the laws that govern ADHD. The nervous system is formed by a large network. One moment you're concentrating and you hear a sound and you get it fast, while someone with ADHD, because of the inability of strengthening that nervous impulse, will not be able to hear that sound that you just heard or conceive it.